5, mean-spirited, nasty little power moves that people make in conversations. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video today. I'm Dr. Seth, psychologist, and I want to talk specifically about some of the frustrating, annoying, and really belittling things that people can do when they are in conversation with you. And I'll explain a little bit about why they do it. But first, I use the term nasty to describe this. I use the term mean-spirited. Why? Because anytime somebody is in a conversation with you and is intentionally trying to make you feel bad, cast you in a position where you are lower than them, beneath them, that is something that is a mean-spirited thing to do. In decent relationships, we are all human beings. The point should be to try to treat each other with mutual respect. And if any one of us in any situation has feelings that we're dealing with, maybe somebody feels frustrated or angry, or they feel like you're not paying attention to them, or they feel resentful, those are all legitimate. Those can be very legitimate feelings. But here's the problem. The way people go about expressing some of their negative feelings is the problem. So if somebody ever resorts to any of these 5 mean-spirited, nasty little ways to try to pull a power play and make you feel bad or stupid or beneath them in a conversation with you, recognize it. Recognize that this is not personal, that this is a conscious choice that person is making, that this is an indicator really of how emotionally mature they are, how well they are able to manage their own emotional feelings, their own issues. The way they are going about whatever it is they're dealing with is a really poor way to deal with it and a reflection on them. So here's the first thing. The first sort of nasty little power play that some people engage in conversation with you is this one: sighing. Maybe you ask the other person something, or you say something, maybe you share an opinion, and the response is for the other person to look at you and sigh. When they pause and sigh, it is a very designed attempt to make you feel like whatever you've just said or done is beneath them. It is a power play, and it is not cool. It is certainly not good for any kind of adult relationship. Any kind of relationship, whether these people are doing these kinds of things with you at work, at home, in a family, it is not cool. Why? Because it is not functional. It is just going to add to dysfunction in the interpersonal relating between the two of you. Let me show an example of how it can look so that the point hits home. Here's what it can look like. You say or do something to me, for example, and in response, I sigh. Right there, just the embodiment of immaturity. If that person is frustrated with you, find a better way to deal with it than do that kind of power play in conversation. A second common little power play people do, power move in conversation, is this one: a smirk. A smirk. So let's imagine you say or do something and I smirk immaturely. Immaturely, remember, it is always an immature reaction. I smirk immaturely in response. You can see the sort of disrespect that is conveyed in my expression when I do that. And that is exactly what the person who's smirking is intending to make you feel: that you are beneath them, that you are disrespected, that whatever you've said or done in some ways isn't even deserving of their time or response. The next example of a little power play people use in conversation is to use words that are completely disingenuous, like this one: to say in response the word interesting, as if they are evaluating what you're saying, and they are using a word that suggests that they actually think it's interesting. But no, it's not at all intended to make you feel that way. They are using a word to make you feel like they see through what you're saying. They are scrutinizing what you're saying in this way, like this. Interesting. Do you see when that happens, they will often do what I just did, which is they will sort of like put their eyes at half mast, okay? So that it's like they are listening, they are taking in what you're saying, but they are judging it. They are judging it as illegitimate, wrong, or even untrue. Interesting. As if, you know what they're saying to you in so many words? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It is a mean-spirited, nasty power play that people often use in conversations. Now, if this person really truly doesn't buy what you're saying, doesn't believe it, has a problem with it, don't use fake words and just mess with the other person's mind, so to speak. Tell them what you really think directly. Say something like this: I don't agree with what you're saying, or something about what you're saying doesn't quite feel true to me. Okay, that's being direct. That's being adult. Don't mess with people's minds by wasting their time and just making these communications more obfuscated, more confusing to everybody, which ultimately just makes people more upset at the end of the day. Just two more to go over. And the next one that I want to share is this one: over explaining something that is extremely obvious. Now, when they are talking, when they are explaining, over explaining the same points over and over, and you're thinking, yeah, I know this is so obvious. They know it's obvious too. But what they are doing is they are using the aggressiveness that they feel, the aggression that they are feeling right now. They are turning that aggression onto you in the form of over explaining. Why? So that they can make you feel like a child who doesn't understand, making you feel like, even though you may be an adult, making you feel like, why don't you get it? Are you stupid? That's really why I use the word nasty to describe some of these conversational power plays, because it is actually designed to make you feel that bad. And the final example that I want to talk about is this one. When you are in conversation with somebody, one of the sort of nasty little power plays they can do with you is to take what you're saying and to focus on correcting the tiniest little details of what you said that actually, in the big picture, don't even matter. Taking some of the tiniest little details and picking at them, picking at them. This is like a microaggression, but make no mistake, it is aggressive to take your words and to pick at them, to knock them down. And again, all of this is designed to knock down how you feel, to deflate how you feel, and to make you feel bad or stupid and less than them. And again, that cannot be the goal in any kind of adult relationships, whether they're work relationships with adults, or romantic relationships, or friend or family relationships. The only chance for good functional relationships is when everybody operates from a very basic place of mutual respect. And that means no more nasty little power plays in conversations. These little power plays that people try to pull on others in their daily lives, this is very toxic behavior. And this is why I have devoted an entire playlist on my YouTube channel of videos about the psychology of toxic people, so that you can learn to understand them and not react emotionally to them. Okay? I'm Dr. Seth, psychologist.